Sports.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by Bell Tire. All season long, the Tigers have leaned on their ace, Justin Verlander, to keep losing streaks from gaining momentum. And the Tigers again will send their ace out to the mound tonight to do just that. Verlander in search of his 18th victory of the season tonight on a beautiful night for baseball here in the Motor City. Welcome to Game 2 in this series featuring the Minnesota Twins and your Detroit Tigers. Hi again, everyone. Welcome to Tigers Baseball. Mario and Pemba, glad to have you with us for the middle game in this series. Rod Allen will join us in a moment. You know, there are many ways to define an ace, and for the Tigers, maybe Justin Verlander, the best way to define him, he is there when you need him the most. And what I mean by that, after a Tigers loss, Justin Verlander is typically at his best. He will be at his best again tonight, we hope, after a Tigers loss. Following a loss this year, Verlander 13-3, an ERA of 1.80, and he holds opponents to a batting average of 179. The Tigers, again, will need their ace to step up and get them a victory here in Game 2 in this series as the Tigers again try and rebuild their lead in the American League Central Division. Verlander against the Twins. Starting lineup, first pitch coming up right around the corner. In the meantime, we go back to the Call Sam studio. Here's Mickey York. is a perfect night for baseball here in downtown Detroit. Justin Verlander on the hill. The Tigers and the Minnesota Twins going at it. Game 2 in this series after the Twins take the opener last night. And here's our scouting report on Justin Verlander, presented tonight by Ace Hardware.
Verlander comes into play today 13-3 in 18 games after a Tigers loss, and that's the definition of a stopper. He is clearly the best pitcher in baseball right now, which means you have to ask your question. Not only is he in the Cy Young conversation, but possibly the MVP conversation as well.
Here's the starting lineup that Verlander will face tonight here at the ballpark. It's presented by your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. And for the Twins, Ben Revere leads it off. Then Trevor Plouffe and Joe Mauer. Mauer the DH tonight. Justin Morneau at first. Jason Kubel is in right field. Danny Valencia will man third base. The outfield has Rene Tassoni, Yoshi Nishioka at short, and then Drew Butera is the catcher. By the way, if the Tigers combine for 3 or more home runs in this game, bring a copy of the box score to a participating Arby's location tomorrow and get yourself a free small order of curly fries.
Let's take a look at the Tigers defensively, as always presented by Beaumont Health System. The new look outfield has Bosch in right, Delman is in left, Jackson's in center, Kelly is at third. The remainder of the infield remains Peralta, Santiago, and Cabrera, with Avila putting down the signs for JV here tonight.
And so Verlander's set to go to work. It'll be Ben Revere leading it off on an 80-degree night here in the Motor City. The first pitch of the ball game, here it is. And it's a strike called on the outer edge. Revere, Plouffe, and Mauer for the Minnesota Twins. Ben Revere batting .248. Had a pretty good night last night. Couple of hits, couple of RBIs, and he had a triple. Next pitch is inside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Couple of fastballs to start it off here against Revere. .248 batter. No home runs this year. He's knocked in 17. Now the 1-1. There's a strike called, 1-2. Revere, for the second time in this series, is leading off. Denard Span is not playing again tonight. And that's a good thing for the Tigers, because Span, a career .364 hitter against Detroit. And that one just missed inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Revere.
We do, however, hope that Span gets healthy, battling some post-concussion symptoms and also some equilibrium issues. So it sounds kind of serious.
Yeah, nothing to mess with, that's for sure. The 2-2 pitch is lined into center field. Base hit for Ben Revere. Leadoff man out for Minnesota tonight.
And last night, Ben Revere got a single in his first at bat, and he was off and running on the very first pitch that Porcello threw to Trevor Plouffe.
Here are the numbers on Justin Verlander coming into this start. He's had 4 complete games this year and a sparkling ERA of 2.35. And he is 4 strikeouts shy of 200 for the season. So without question, he'll get to that point probably tonight. Trevor Plouffe, the batter. .205 batting average, 5 home runs this year. First pitch on the outer edge, strike 1. James Hoy up with the right hand behind the plate tonight. Revere down there at first base, 21 steals, draws a throw. Here's the 0-1. Breaking ball and a dandy, and Plouffe out in front, 0-2.
Good slider here by Verlander. He doesn't throw that many sliders, but he's starting to perfect that pitch to go along with the above average changeup, curveball, and the electric fastball that he has. Verlander even talking about possibly developing a split-fingered fastball at some point in time. He and Papa Grande have had some conversations.
Really?
Yes.
That's all opposing hitters need to hear. The 0-2. Let's get back out of play, and the pop foul on the 2 count stays on Plouffe. Verlander has made 1 start this year against Minnesota, and it was a very successful one. He beat the Twins at Target Field back on July the 21st. And it was a very impressive stat line for JV. 9 strikeouts through 126 pitches on that night. Got him. Strike 3 on the outer edge. Breaking ball again.
Another slide piece. That's one thing about Verlander. Really, as a hitter, you have to sit on your fastball, especially with 2 strikes, because he can get you out in so many different ways. And if you're looking fastball, you have a chance of possibly putting the ball in play.
One gone. That'll bring up Joe Mauer. So Verlander now 197 strikeouts, 3 shy of getting to 200. It would be for the 3rd consecutive year.
And apparently doing a very nice job at keeping Revere at first base up until this point. And you know Revere is itching to steal second.
Mauer looks at ball 1. He was 0 for 5 in last night's ball game. And Mauer's batting average now 278. He's in the first year of that 8-year deal that he signed. And it's been a year that has been fraught with injuries for Mauer. There's a strike called on the outer edge, 1-1. Had knee surgery in the offseason. Then he had the leg weakness at the beginning of the year, which forced him to miss a couple of months. The 1-1 pitch is popped up foul, back out of play. Revere's numbers in terms of stolen bases, 78% this season. He's been caught 6 times with 21 steals. Avila meanwhile throws out 24%.
Numbers down this year in that category as far as percentage is concerned, and not given as much time this year as he was last year.
That'll get away from Avila, and Revere will move up on the wild pitch. Yeah, I would agree. I would think that's more a product of just not having as much time, because his throws have been accurate.
Yes, they have, and really nothing's changed from last year to this year as far as the footwork and the exchange. At the beginning of the year, I mean, it took him about a week before he threw out 1 guy.
Right. Well, with a runner at second now, Mauer is up there with a 2-2 count. And a ball up high, 3-2, 96 miles an hour that time from Justin. On deck is Morneau. Mauer this year just 3 for 20 against Tigers pitching. He's still over 300 career against the Detroiters. And the 3-2. Missed it inside, ball 4, and that'll put 2 aboard now for Minnesota. First walk of the game for Verlander. Now Justin Morneau. Morneau last night 1 for 4 with an RBI.
Well, one of the reasons why the Tigers have been able to pretty much dominate the Minnesota Twins this year, the M&M boys aren't as productive as they have been in past years. They used to own Tigers pitching.
This season they are combined 190. Just 8 for 42. Of course, Morneau has battled his share of injuries as well, so these guys have not been 100% this year.
Ron Gardenhire has not had the lineup that he went into spring training with for 1 day this year. Has not had his everyday lineup for 1 day.
1 ball and 1 strike.
A couple of days ago on Friday when they were in Cleveland, he was going to have that lineup, but Kadire during early batting practice came down with some kind of pulled muscle in his neck, and he had to be scratched. So there went that idea.
And he still hasn't played in this series. Kadire, that is. There he is. A spectator again tonight.
Good player.
All-star year for Kadire.
Good player.
And the 1-2. Outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
And Verlander, if he does decide to throw a real good changeup right here, he can fade it down and away to Morneau and get him to roll over to second base, and they might be able to turn 2. He has enough confidence in that pitch or breaking ball, either way.
Vila blocks it. Now the count fills at 3-2.
He went with a changeup, but he threw it at 87 miles an hour, which is a little bit too hard for Verlander. And when he gets the best tilt on his changeup, it's right around 82 to 83 miles an hour.
In his last start, he struck out Travis Hafner in Hafner's last at bat with a 90-mile-an-hour changeup.
Is that what we finally discovered what that was?
I asked him yesterday. I said, "What was that pitch?" He said it was a change. He goes, "Obviously, I threw it way too hard." I struck him out with it. Runners go, and it's lifted in the air, and it'll go foul down the left field line.
Wow, that's a gamble against a guy that's leading the world in strikeouts. You start the runners at 3-2 with 1 out, but Ron Gardenhire is showing a lot of confidence in number 33, Morneau. And in this case, I don't know for sure, but if they do run again, Avila, if Morneau strikes out, he'll probably come up and try to get the out at second base. That would be Mauer running from there.
Runners hold this time, and it's popped up left side of the infield. Don Kelly in foul ground for the out. Infield fly. Batter is automatically out. 2 gone. That's going to bring up another left-handed batter, Jason Kubel, who last night was 1 for 5. Having a solid year, batting .302. Kubel as well has had to deal with injuries, out about a month and a half with a sprained foot. So when you're talking about guys like Mauer, Morneau, Kubel, and Kadire all out at different times with a variety of injuries, awfully difficult to win for Minnesota. Ball 1 outside.
Minnesota's going to have some decisions to make in the offseason. Kubel's a free agent after this year is over. Kadire also a free agent. They're already paying quite a bit of money to Mauer and Morneau.
Here's the 1-0. Kubel waves and misses. 1-1. Well, according to reports, they've already started conversations with Kadire and Kubel about possibly returning. And certainly 2 key cogs in their offense. Kadire an all-star for the first time this year. 1-1. Back out of play, 1-2. So it's been a lengthy half inning for Verlander, but he can get out of it now with 1 pitch. .25 pitches for Justin.
Great pitchers like Justin Verlander, every now and then they do get off to slow starts, and if you don't get them early and you allow them to get off the hook, they get real good, and we've seen Verlander do that throughout his big league career.
98 miles an hour.
Yeah, he reached back to get a little extra there, and he just missed.
Two and 2 on Jason Kubel. Floated up a breaking ball that time, and Kubel had enough of it to foul it back. Justin has given up a single, a walk. He's thrown a wild pitch in this inning. And now trying to finish off Kubel here to get out of the frame. Again, the 2-2. Low, 3 balls and 2 strikes. So the runners will be going here. On deck is Danny Valencia. Verlander now has gone a full count on 3 consecutive batters. Three-two pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Off speed. Got Kubel. Inning over. 2 strikeouts for Verlander. We'll go to the bottom of the first. No score. Starting lineup includes Brennan Bosch back in there tonight. That is good news for Detroit. It's presented by Big Boy this evening. Here's the entire lineup. Jackson, Bosch, Young at the top. You've got Cabrera cleaning up. Victor, the DH. Avila, Peralta, Kelly, and Santiago round out the Tigers starting lineup. The Bernstein Advantage brings you the scouting report on Nick Blackburn. Get the Bernstein Advantage. We go to bat for you.
He's given up a lot of hits this year, which would make him the definition of a contact pitcher, and one of the things they would like to see him do a little bit more of, and that's pitch inside. And they're wondering where the good sinker ball also has gone. He's given up 19 home runs this year.
Yeah, he used to get a lot of double play balls, but even those numbers have been down this year as Jackson takes a strike. It'll be Jackson, Bosch, and Young in the revamped Tigers lineup. Jackson sends a ground ball to short. Nishioka has it there, and 1 gone.
And Blackburn works quick, which bodes well for his defense. And let's take a peek at the defensive alignment by Ron Gardenhire. It's presented by Tim Hortons. It is Revere in center field. We talked about the fact that he's got tremendous speed. In the infield, you've got Valencia, you've got Nishioka, you've got Plouffe, you've got Morneau, and you've got Drew Butera behind the dish.
And Nishioka in his first year playing in the United States, coming over from Japan. Handling the first opportunity here tonight. Brennan Bosch will stand in. .284 batting average. He has hit 1 home run this year against the Twins, and Blackburn misses low. Bosch had to leave Wednesday's game on the recent road trip with that sore thumb. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Unfortunately for the Tigers, it wasn't an injury that had to shelve him for any length of time. And he's back in there tonight batting in the 2 spot with Delman Young batting 3rd. There's a chopper hit to the right side. Plouffe has it. 2 gone. So Blackburn gets a couple of ground balls. Now Delvin Young. 2 out of 4 last night for Delvin. Single homer, hit by a pitch, on base 3 times. Still has to feel very strange for Young wearing a Tigers uniform right now and playing the Twins. He came to town with Minnesota and then was traded yesterday to the Tigers.
Yeah, you wouldn't know it by the way he was swinging that stick last night.
Not at all. There's a strike call, 1-1.
He's got a lot of talent, untapped potential.
Here's the 1-1 offering. Well, he's following a guy in the lineup now in Bosch that he grew up with, and they've spent a lot of time together in California. They work out together in the offseason. And Delman was saying yesterday that it's kind of neat to have a buddy on your new team, kind of ease you into your new teammates. 2-2 the count on Young. It's hit the other way and through, a base hit. 2-out single for Delman Young.
Blackburn made a really nice pitch right there. Delman Young, when he first came to the major leagues, was a dead pull hitter. He has started to go the opposite way a little bit more. This is a really good pitch. It's off the plate. Delman reaches out with arms and a long bat and somehow able to find that seam on the right side. Sometimes you can make a good pitch as the pitcher and the hitter still get a base hit.
He'll keep the inning going now for Cabrera. Fouled away by Miguel.
He has absolutely owned Blackburn in his career, to the tune of a .444 batting average, and he's taken him deep 3 times.
2 out of 4 last night, which means Cabrera now has hit safely in 13 consecutive games. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
A little over aggressive today. Sometimes when you come into a ball game, and you don't usually see Cabrera like that because he has good numbers against just about every pitcher. Yeah, but that last swing, a little bit over aggressive swinging by Cabrera. We don't usually see him take those big swings like that.
That'll get away from the catcher Butera. Young will go to second, and he'll stop there. Pass ball.
Yeah. Hit him right in the glove.
And that is the call. Pass ball. Time called now by Cabrera. Or even Butera. Miggy was pointing at the catcher saying, I didn't call time on you that late. That was your catcher. 1-2. Checked it. Did he go? Yep. Didn't need any help. Cabrera strikes out. Inning over. No runs. A hit. They leave a man at second. Verlander comes out for the second inning. Comerica Bank, strength and stability since 1849. Ram Trucks, guts, glory, Ram. And by Arby's, it's good mood food. No score as we go to the top of the second on a gorgeous night here in downtown Detroit. Clear skies, plenty of sunshine, 80 degrees at game time here this evening, and another good gathering here at the ballpark for game two between the Twins and the Tigers. Danny Valencia leads it off for Minnesota. And Verlander starts him off with a fastball strike. Verlander had a lengthy first inning, gave up a walk, a single through a wild pitch, but in the end struck out a couple of batters through 29 pitches. That'll get back out of play. No balls, 2 strikes on Valencia. Valencia trails Kadire, who leads the team with 61 RBIs. Danny has 59. He is second on the club. The 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the 1-2 pitch. Just off the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Valencia to Sony and then Nishioka here in the Minnesota second. Pulled to third base off the glove of Don Kelly. He'll roll up against the railing and foul ground. Meanwhile, Valencia goes to second and he'll pull in there.
94-mile-per-hour fastball that Valencia absolutely turned on and hit a rocket at Don Kelly. I mean, an absolute rocket. DK tried to get in front of that ball and didn't have time to get in front of it.
Second hit of the game for Minnesota. Here is Rene Tassoni. There's a pop-up, shallow left field. Delman Young coming in. And the runner will hold, 1 gone.
Verlander had a stressful first inning, but the one thing that was encouraging is the fact that he used all of his pitches. He touched 98 with his fastball, but he also got a strikeout with a breaking ball. He threw a couple of those to Plouffe, the second of which he took for strike 3. And then he had a really good changeup, back-to-back changeups, as a matter of fact, to Kubel to punch him out. Ball just rolling off the fingertips. That's an outstanding shot there in Fox mode.
There's Nishioka. And he takes strike 1. Nishioka last night was 0 for 3. Average at .222. Chopper right back to the mound. Verlander thought about it. He thought about it long and hard, but decided to get the out. There are 2 gone. By the way, this game is available in high definition tonight on Fox Sports Detroit HD. It is sponsored by Xfinity from Comcast.
If Verlander would have came up and immediately turned and threw to third base, he would have gotten the out there. But by looking and thinking about it, yeah, you may as well take the sure out.
Valencia at third now with 2 away for Butera. He looks at ball 1. Mauer caught last night's ball game. Joe is the DH tonight, which means Butera catches Blackburn. 170 batting average, 0 for his last 10. right at the knees at 95. 1 ball and 1 strike. Notice in his last couple of starts, Rod, Verlander has gone mid to upper 90s a lot earlier than the pattern he had established, which is usually later in games. There's a pop-up right side of the infield, and Santiago hauls it in.
I'll answer that when we come back.
All right, inning over. They get a leadoff double. Do not score him. Still scoreless.
Last night in the 3rd inning against Francisco Liriano, Victor Martinez played long ball for the first time in a couple of months, and boy, did he hit a big fly over the out-of-town scoreboard, right center field. You don't see many right-handed hitters going in that direction reach the seats.
It had been a while since Martinez had gone deep, but he has 7 long balls now.
Encouraging sign, though, to see him hit a ball that far.
This is his first at bat tonight, and he looks at a ball from Blackburn.
Ball was flying out of Comerica Park last night. Historic home run number 600 for Big Jim Thome as well.
Listed inside. Well, let's see. Thome hit 2 last night. Young, Martinez, and Rayburn for the Tigers. So yeah, it was flying. Jim Thome getting the night off after joining an exclusive club last night. That's into right field for Jason Kubel.
Probably more of a mental day off than anything for Thome.
By the way, you can vote for your Tigers McDonald's Player of the Game. It's presented by the Quarter Pounder with cheese. Using your cell phone, text Tigers followed by a space, then the player's uniform number to 37338. Or you can vote online at foxsportsdetroit.com.
Just to answer that question, when you were talking about Verlander and him throwing a lot harder early in games, the only thing that I could come up with is the fact that his last start against the Cleveland Indians, big start. You know, first place kind of on the line. The Tigers had lost the first couple of games of that series, and he probably was a little amped up going into that game. And I'm thinking maybe the same thing going on here tonight, because the Tigers haven't played all that well here, and there's starting to be some pressure on JV when he takes the bump every 5th day.
Boy, that is that's for sure. I mean, the Tigers have really leaned on him heavily this season, and as we get closer to the month of September, the pressure only gets ramped up.
He has made 18 starts this year after a Tigers loss, and he is 13-3 with an ERA that is 1.80.
Wow. Now, Leland has felt pretty comfortable every time out. The 2-0 to Avila is outside 3-0.
He is playing like his entire body is rejuvenated in the month of August. What a month it has been so far for the young catcher.
Really has been amazing. As Avila takes a walk, 4:15 here in the month of August. He's on base again. First base on balls for Blackburn. That'll bring up Johnny Peralta. Johnny trying to get it cranked up again. He was 0 for 4 last night, batting .306. Breaking ball is in for a strike. Tigers have 3 players in their lineup with 60 or more RBIs. They are led by Cabrera's 75. Driven down the right field line, slicing foul. 0-2 on Johnny. Still, despite his hitless game last night, is tearing up Minnesota pitching this year. We talked about the 4 home runs that he's hit. He's hitting over 400 this year against the Twins. Soft liner back up the middle into center. There's a base hit. The Tigers have 2 aboard.
Not a quality pitch there by Nick Blackburn. Not after he had gotten ahead of Peralta. No balls and 2 strikes. I don't know what he was trying to do with it, but it's a breaking ball that just kind of stays up. Actually, it's a 2-seam fastball that he doesn't get inside, and Peralta able to fight off and muscle into center field.
Tigers have 2 hits now. They have 2 on, and here is Don Kelly. Bouncing ball right back to the mound. This could be 2. Nishioka's relay is in time. It's a 1-6-3. Double play ends the inning, and you're watching Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit, presented by Bell Tire.
Deep to left field. This ball's high. It's deep. Number 600 for Jim Thome. Welcome to the 600 Club.
Very nice, Jim Thome.
Jim Thome hitting number 600 last night. Joining an elite club, he becomes the 8th player to hit his 600th.
I was listening to an interview that Jim Thome was giving last night, and he gave a lot of praise to his former hitting coach, Charlie Manuel. He said that Charlie Manuel really stuck by him when he was a young player in the Cleveland Indians organization. He kind of taught him the swing that he has right now. Thome kind of opened up. He taught him how to go the opposite way, and Jim said it has made the difference in his career. He gave him a lot of credit.
Well, here's Ben Revere now as we go to the top of the third. In a scoreless ball game, Verlander back to the hill. Revere, Plouffe, and Mauer. No runs, 2 hits for both teams. It's fouled back out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike. A couple of strikeouts for Verlander in this game. And he's had to wiggle out of a couple of jams early in this one. Revere singled to start the ball game but did not score. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Peralta ranging left. And Revere is out, 1 away. It'll bring up Trevor Plouffe. Verlander this year against the Central Division is 9-1 with a 2.50 ERA. Well, one of the main reasons the Tigers have played so well within their division. 26-17 against the Central. In fact, no other pitcher in the American League has more wins against the Central Division.
He is having I don't want to say career year, but really he is having a career up until this point.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, the numbers he is on pace for certainly will be among the best, if not the best, in his career in a lot of different categories.
And really he's only going to get better.
And the 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike on Plouffe.
I'll tell you this much too, the Tigers, boy, what a wise decision last year locking JV up to the length on the contract that they gave him. Can you imagine him hitting the free agent market this year?
No.
Huh?
No. I'd rather not. But you're absolutely right.
I mean, a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but if he would have hit the market after this year, he would have got double that.
He's behind here, 3-1. Make it 3-2 on Plouffe. Well, he's gone out there and made 30+ starts every year, so he's been durable, and that, I think, played into the fact the Tigers were pretty comfortable in committing as much time as they had to him.
He's a leader.
3-2 pitch. Skied foul back out of play.
And here's Felix Hernandez's totals last year, and he won a Cy Young, winning 13 games with the earned run average and the opponent's batting average that you're looking at.
This one will stay in play. Hit the shallow left. Delman Young coming in. 2 up, 2 down here in the third. And that leaves it up to Joe Mauer. Verlander this year has struck out 10 or more on 4 separate occasions, including that last start you were talking about against the Indians when he went 7 innings, struck out 10, and won his 5th consecutive decision.
I thought Jim was going to have to fight Verlander in the dugout to get the ball from him, not to go out there in the 8th inning.
Yeah, Jim said it was a no-brain decision, but Verlander wasn't agreeing. He wanted to go out there for the 8th. And Justin has thrown over 100 pitches in every single start this year, which means he has never really come out early in any start. The 1-0 to Mauer. 1-1.
That's amazing because, I mean, over the course of the year, I mean, you're going to have 1 or 2 of those starts where nothing goes right. You kind of get knocked out early in the game and you throw 60, 70 pitches. Not Verlander.
Nope, he's got 26 in a row with over 100 pitches this year. A little bit outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Slice to left field. Young coming on. Still coming. It's going to drop. A bloop single for Joe Mauer. That's his first hit of the series. And it keeps the inning going now for Justin Morneau. Verlander has surrendered 3 hits, a couple of singles and a double. Morneau popped up his first time up. Bouncing ball third base side, foul ball just outside of the bag. I'm talking about how Gardenhire really has not had a lot of his bullets in the gun this year. When Morneau recently came off the disabled list, and keep in mind he missed a lot of time with a concussion last year. It was only the 10th time in the last 13 months that he was in the lineup with Mauer at the same time. And these guys were wreaking havoc, known as the M&M boys.
They were probably the most dangerous 3-4 hitters in the American League after they broke up Manny and Big Papi.
Yeah, agreed. But concussions, a wrist problem, a neck problem, keeping Morneau out of the lineup. And Verlander thought he had strike 3 there and had a little look in for James Hoy.
Avila did a nice job trying to pull the ball up ever so slightly with the glove, but he couldn't get the call from James Hoy.
1-2 the count stays. A pretty good pick down there at first base by Jerry White. And again, the 1-2 off the plate one more time. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Morneau. Kubel would be next if Morneau keeps it going. Pulled on the ground to second base. Santiago gobbles it up. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We'll get it to the bottom of the 3rd. Still no score.
And season tickets. See the Bears on Monday night and the Super Bowl champion Packers on Thanksgiving Day for just $40 per game. Call 313-262-2011 or visit DetroitLions.com.
Back here at Comerica Park as we go to the bottom of the 3rd in this one, game 2 in the series. We've yet to have a run scored. No runs, 3 hits for Minnesota. Tigers have 2 hits tonight. It'll be Santiago to lead it off, and then Jackson and Bosch. First pitch from Blackburn is a strike call. Ramon getting the start at second base tonight. 6 for 19 career against Blackburn. Had a little bit of success against him, so he gets the nod. 0-2. Blackburn working quickly. The 0-2 pitch. Bouncing away from Butera. 1-2 the count. Blackburn, 29 years old. He's out of Ada, Oklahoma. At least 10 wins in each of his last 3 consecutive seasons. Backs him out of there. 2-2. That's pulled on the ground the first, right at Justin Morneau. And Santiago's out of there, 1 gone. He's going to bring up Austin Jackson, who bounced out back in the first. Jackson now 0 for 6 in the series. Drops down a bunt. Good one. Barehanded play, not in time.
We were talking about that last night. Austin took an 0 for 5 last night and did not attempt to bunt 1 time. When Austin does decide to bunt and he takes his time and he places the bunt perfectly, he's impossible to throw out. And he did all of those things right. Can't really make a better play than Valencia made there. He came in, do or die play, throwing off balance, firm throw to first base, but not enough to get the speedy Jackson.
Well, Jackson is aboard with the 1-out infield hit, and Brennan Bosch is up. Each team now with 3 hits. Strike 1 to Bosch. He bounced out his first time up. Blackburn has gotten quite a few on the ground, including a double play, which got him out of a potential jam in the second. Ooh, that was close. And AJ just got back in front of the tag of Morneau.
AJ must be entertaining thoughts of stealing second base. Ooh, was that close? Might have got him.
I think he did. Well, if his hand came off the bat. Driven to right field, hit well. That ball is off the wall. Kubel gets it back in. Jackson coming to third. He'll stop there. It's a double for Bosch.
Brennan Bosch has become a crowd favorite here at Comerica Park, and why not? In his second year in the major leagues, he's having a sensational season. He gets on top of that swing back fastball and whistles it off the gate. And he had to get on his horse to get 2 because Kadire in right field can really throw. It's a nice job there by the shortstop Nishioka coming to get that ball, just in case Jackson was entertaining the thought of trying to score on that play.
Golden opportunity now for Detroit. They've got their number 3 hitter up there with runners at second and third and 1 out. And a bouncing ball to third, foul.
And Ron Gardenhire conceding the run for the most part in the infield with his infielders playing back.
Young had his single his first time up, and he fought that one off the third. There's going to be a play at the plate, and he is out. Jackson tagged out by Butera, and there are 2 gone.
Jackson got up limping after the ball was made contact with Young. Jackson was coming on contact, and take a look at the bat right here where the bat ends up. The bat ends up right up in the baseline, and Jackson slides right over the bat. Look at that.
Oh, he sure did.
And then he rolled up on it and he got up a little gingerly. Right over the bat. Ouch.
So it'll take a 2-out hit now as Cabrera steps in. Ooh, look out. Bat goes flying into the seats. on Miguel.
Blackburn has thrown Cabrera 3 different pitches today where Cabrera's had some off and awkward swings.
Cabby struck out with the man at second back in the first inning. That was the final out of the inning. 0-1 on Miguel. 377 this year with men in scoring position coming into play tonight. That one gets away. Runners will move up. Wild pitch. Well, Cabrera might be able to drive in 2 with a base hit.
And Butera does everything right there. As a matter of fact, he turns that left shoulder to try to keep the ball in front of him, but it ricochets to the right of him about 20 feet from home plate. That allows the runners to get to second and third. If Victor Martinez wasn't batting behind Cabrera, this would be a no-brainer for most managers to just put Cabrera on with 2 outs.
Two balls and 1 strike. There's Martinez waiting on deck. Outside, 3-1 on Miguel. May just get that walk anyway. You see 3-1. Make it 3-2 on Cabrera. Each pitcher tonight has been in and out of trouble. Each team has had at least 1 base runner in every inning so far.
And would not be shocked to see Blackburn come back with something real soft down and away against Cabrera. He's had him fooled on that real slow breaking ball today.
Ground ball foul outside of the bag at third.
He did throw that slow breaking ball, but he left it up and he left it in, and Drew Butera, he jumped up out of that catching position to go out and have a conversation with Blackburn. Take a look at this pitch. He wants it down and away, and he misses up and in, and almost cost him a double.
You can actually see the catcher shift from the outside to the inside.
That's usually not a good thing. That glove has to creep back over the middle of the plate.
Got away with it, though. 3-2 pitch. Ground ball again, foul. No runs, 4 hits for Detroit. No runs, 3 hits for Minnesota. Tigers threatening here in the third. They've had a runner thrown out at the plate. That's hit back up the middle into center. Base hit. Gonna get Miguel Cabrera comes up with a key 2-out hit.
No doubt in my mind that Cabrera does not swing the bat there if Victor Martinez is not batting behind him. It's a breaking ball, and he goes down and he lifts it off his shoe tops and hit a seed right past Nishioka. I mean, that ball about 2 feet to the left of Nishioka, but hit so hard that he could not knock it down.
An 8-pitch at bat, which extends the hitting streak now for Miguel to 14 games. And Verlander has a 2-0 lead. Here's Victor Martinez. Strike 1. RBIs 76 and 77 now for Cabrera. Victor 0 for 1 with a fly ball. Strike call. And Martinez backs out of the box.
Good cut fastball there by Blackburn at 88 miles an hour. It started right down the middle, and take a look at the action on the pitch as it gets in the hitting zone. Just kind of slides on that inside corner.
Here's the 1-2. Ground ball foul. One and two on Martinez. Victor himself had a long hitting streak earlier this year, a 13-gamer in the month of April that crept into May. Cabrera has just come up with a big hit. 2 out, 2-run single to give the Tigers their first lead of the day. And a ground ball to short. Nishioka on the backhand. And Martinez is out, ending the inning, but the Tigers get 2 on the hit by Cabrera. 3 in the books. 2-0 Detroit. To you by AT&T. Nissan's bottom line sales event. Visit choosenissan.com or your local dealer. And by your neighborhood Spartan stores. For locations, check out turntospartan.com. Back here at the ballpark, where the Tigers now have a 2-0 lead over Minnesota. And we will head to the top of the 4th inning. Miguel Cabrera's 2-run single has given the Tigers the lead. Tigers leading RBI man coming through. It's going to be Jason Kubel, Danny Valencia, Rene Tassoni facing Verlander. JV now with 60 pitches through 3 innings. He could use a snappy frame here. Kubel looks at strike 1.
So far, the Minnesota Twins have done a pretty nice job of not necessarily just going up there and swinging at the first thing that they see.
Right back to the mound. JV handles this one.
They know, like most teams that Verlander goes up against, that you have to see some pitches. If he does get ahead of you, more than likely he's going to get you out. But with that being said, if you're going to beat a guy like Verlander, you got to get that pitch count up around 100 by the 6th or 7th inning and hope to get into that bullpen.
Verlander typically for the Tigers has gone deep into games just about every time this year. I mean, he's usually easily into the 7th inning. Here's Valencia, and he looks at a strike. Justin has so far this year 4 complete games. One of them, of course, was the no-hitter in Toronto. Outside and high, 1 ball and 1 strike on Danny Valencia. Had a 2-base hit to start things off in the 2nd, but they stranded him. And the 1-1. Lifted to center field. Jackson on the move.
The pennant race is on. Place a deposit on 2012 Tigers season tickets and receive postseason priority for 2011. Call 313-471-BALL or visit Tigers.com.
There's a highlight that never gets old. Remember the long hair from that?
I do.
Good times. Hopefully the Tigers can get back to those good times. Here's Tassoni. Ball 1 to Rene.
We've seen some special moments in this ballpark in the last 5 years. Verlander no-hitter. That big home run there by Maglio. The near-perfect game by Galarraga. Tomey's 600 yesterday.
The Tigers and Jeremy Bonderman beating the Yankees, and the Tigers running out on the field spraying the champagne.
That was fun.
That was cool. 2-0 on Tassoni. Strike call.
An Austin Jackson catch in center field in that Galarraga game. Special moments.
Strike again. 2-2 on Tassoni. Verlander in search of his first 1-2-3 inning tonight. Tassoni called up from Rochester yesterday. And he stayed back long enough to foul that one off. Tassoni was hitting .226 at AAA. 6 home runs. He is a native Canadian out of British Columbia. Avila putting down the signs. Here's the 2-2. High fly ball right field. That ball is hooking toward the corner. Bosch going over there, and it's a foul ball, and Brennan can't get it.
Easy, Brennan. Brennan was running over like she was going to run the wall over.
Bosch back in that lineup tonight. And he has already contributed this evening with a double and a run scored. Popped up. Third base side, Don Kelly. 1-2-3 inning. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth at Comerica. 2-0 Detroit.
Turn to August, he has been getting busy. He got 3 hits in last night's game. He was picking on Illyriano for most of those hits. A single, a double, a triple. Also huge collision at home plate. Revere tried to run him over. He held onto the baseball. What a day it was for the youngster.
And what a month of August it's been, as you alluded to. 4-15 month. And Avila is seemingly getting stronger now. 10 RBIs as well in the month of August. There are the splits. July, he really started to tire a little bit. It appeared, at least. But August has been awfully good to him. Here's the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tigers 2 runs, 5 hits. Twins no runs, 3 hits. Two and 1 the count. Nick Blackburn out of Ada, Oklahoma. That's where he was born. He went to a junior college in Oklahoma. Seminole State Junior College. A few guys have gone to that college that have played in the big leagues. Bobby Thigpen.
Heard of him.
Yeah. He had the big saves mark. John Hart, former GM, went to the same college.
Jim Thome was giving John Hart a lot of praise last night as well when he was congratulating people that were instrumental in his big league career. Ouch. Of course, John Hart used to be the general manager of those really good Cleveland teams. If he's not behind the dish taking one off the face mask, he's taking one off the instep.
Home plate umpire James Hoy saying, "You all right?" Alex says, "I'm all right. Let's just keep moving on here." 2 balls, 2 strikes. And he pulls this one over the glove of Morneau into right field. Another bullet off the bat of Alex Avila. Everything coming off his bat these days is being hit hard.
He's got lightning quick hands. He has really good balance from the waist down. He gets that front foot up and down, and he hits off that front side real good. He's catching everything out in front right now.
So Avila on for the second time. He is now hitting .429 in August. Peralta had a single in the second. Tigers now have 6 hits. And Johnny's average at .308. Runner goes. Swing and a miss. Here comes the throw down to second. Going to be in time.
That was a hit and run. And once Peralta did not make contact, Butera with his very strong, accurate throwing arm, there was going to be no way that Avila was going to make it safely.
That sinks low. 2-1 on Peralta. Johnny came into this game with very little success career against Blackburn, just 3 for 23. But he's ahead now, 3-1. Don Kelly waiting on deck. Bouncing ball left side. Nishioka. Good strong throw for the out, and there are 2 away. Well, today's broadcast is on AFN, the American Forces Network, broadcasting the U.S. Armed Forces serving in 175 countries and aboard ships at sea. They're watching around the world in Iraq, Germany, Italy, Southwest Asia, South Korea, and Japan. We welcome you all. on American Forces Network. Here's Kelly. Down looks at ball one. He hit one right back to the mound his first time up, resulting in a double play for Blackburn. Dedemead started in the ball game last night at third base. Kelly gets the call here this evening. The 2-0 is hit on the ground back up the middle. Backhanded play by Plouffe, but he can't handle it. And Kelly is aboard with 2 outs. Base hit for Don.
And Trevor showed some decent range to his right getting to this ball, and he was trying to slide and get up while making the play and was not able to get the exchange cleanly to get the out. Even with a clean exchange and a firm throw, he probably doesn't get Don Kelly anyway.
Hence the Tigers have their 7th hit. Here is Santiago. Strike one on Ramon. He is 0 for 1 tonight. Make it 0-2. Despite last night's loss, the Tigers have still won 12 of the last 14 against this Minnesota team. Jim Leyland's bunch has won 8 of 10 so far this year against the Twins. Missing outside 1 and 2. And they still have a series coming up in Minnesota and one more in September here in Detroit against the Twins. A lot of games coming up against the Central. Backed him out of there. 2-2. In fact, 29 of the last 41 for Detroit against teams from the Central Division. Verlander tonight enjoying a modest 2-0 lead. Sliced foul back out of play.
Yeah, for the longest time on Sunday, the one run that Santiago got the Tigers early in that game was the only run that they had. He played long ball to left field, solo variety.
Ramon's 2nd home run of the year. Fouls another one away. Back up the middle. Nishioka got him at first base. Picked by Morneau, and they just nipped him at the wire. Inning over. No runs, couple of hits, 1 left. Nice play by Nishioka. Tigers Weekly, we go into the vault for telecast footage from 1982 when the Tigers were beginning to mold themselves into a contender. The episode includes a recent interview with former play-by-play man Larry Adderley and a conversation with Ted Giannoulis, better known as the famous Chicken, who made an appearance that season at Tiger Stadium. Tigers Weekly 1982 time capsule premieres Friday at 6 right here on Fox Sports Detroit. That ought to be something to watch. And dip back into the memory banks. Tigers are getting ready to turn themselves into a world champion just a couple of years after that. Nishioka leads it off and hits one foul down the line. We go to the 5th inning. Tigers on top 2-0. Nishioka, then Butera, and then Revere. Nishioka bounced out his first time up. Nishioka has not hit any home runs here in the States so far this year, but he's a guy that in Japan was double digits each of the last 3 years. So we do know that he has some power. Just hasn't brought it to the U.S. yet. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. One gone. Let's go back to the studio now. Time for a game break. Here's Mickey York. All right, Mick, we'll continue to keep our eyes on that one. Tigers came in tonight leading by 2 in the Central. And don't discount those White Sox. They came in 3.5 out.
If they get their offense clicking, they're going to be right in this thing as they are right now until the end.
Here's the 0-1 pitch. Butera lines one right at the first baseman Cabrera.
Have you seen what the Milwaukee Brewers have done lately to increase their lead in their division?
Well, I was peeking at the standings the other day and I saw that Milwaukee had a really sizable lead. They're up 6 on St. Louis.
They have won 17 of 19.
It's pretty good. 71 wins. 20 over. And that National League Central. There's a ball outside. Ron Renicki's piloting that team these days, right?
And doing a marvelous job at it.
Off the Mike Scioscia managerial tree. He was one of Scioscia's coaches. Joe Madden was as well. Here's a strike call. I guess technically it's a managing tree. 1-1 on Revere. Lifted toward left. Delman under it. And Verlander has himself another 1-2-3 inning. It was an 8-pitch inning for Justin Verlander. Last player acquired by the Tigers via trade with the Chicago White Sox. Now keep in mind the last couple of years the Tigers have dealt quite a bit within the division. They got Benavides from Kansas City. Peralta came over from the Cleveland Indians.
The White Sox, huh?
Delman Young coming over from Minnesota. So who was the last Tiger player acquired from the White Sox? Answer coming up in a little bit. It's a pretty good question. You got to think about this one. Austin Jackson looks at a strike, 1-1. Jackson, Bosch, and then Delman Young facing Nick Blackburn, who gave up the 2-run single in the third to Cabrera. That's been it. Meanwhile, Verlander has given up just 3 hits. Swing and a miss. 2-2. AJ tonight an infield single and a ground out. He bunted his way on for a base hit back in the third, but he's also third in the American League this year in sacrifice bunts. Elvis Andrus leads that category. Fouled away again.
Speaking of building a lead, that Texas Rangers team starting to build a lead, excuse me, in the American League West over the Angels.
Yes, they are. 5 games up now. And they play the Angels again tonight in Anaheim. Here's how it looks in the West. Here's the 3-2. Ground ball left side. Base hit. A 2-hit night for Jackson. That'll bring up Bosch. He roped a double down the right field line his last time up, 1 for 2. There's a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Tigers have seen some of their good young outfielders come up and make an impact at the big league level. Bosch now in his second year. Andy Dirks has really had a fine rookie season. Casper Wells was doing well until he was traded away. Ground ball to second base. Plouffe fires to Nishioka. Relay not in time. Nishioka goes down. Slide down there by Jackson.
Nishioka thought maybe that a double play should have been called there. I think he was pointing to Austin Jackson, and he was saying that Jackson had a bad slide basically. But as a rule of thumb, if you can touch the bag with any part of your body when attempting to break up a double play, then they can't call a double play on you. But what was Nishioka complaining about there? He wasn't even close to him.
He just lost his footing. That wasn't even close. There's a high fly ball to shallow center. Revere is under it.
Let's take one more look at it. Nishioka comes across the bag, and Jackson doesn't even get close to him, and then he kind of falls down, and he's trying to get a call from the umpire.
He just flat out lost his footing, and Jackson was nowhere near him.
Well, he came across the bag too aggressive. He didn't really gather himself. He really didn't have his feet underneath him when he was making that return throw to first base.
Swing and a miss by Cabrera. 2-run single by Miguel back in the third. And Cabrera now 77 RBIs, leading the Tigers. Shoots that one foul back out of play. No balls, 2 strikes. Another great crowd here tonight. What's new? Another really good gathering here on a nice summer night. They're hanging out, standing room only. out beyond the outfield walls. Taking in Tigers baseball tonight, and the hometown team leads 2-0. 1-2.
They're being led by their two superstar players, Verlander and Cabrera.
Verlander has given up 3 hits, no runs through 5 innings. Fouled off. That's one of my favorite areas out there. You kind of hang out over the railing. One ball, 2 strikes. And Butera blocks that one. 2-2 on Miguel.
About right now, if you're Blackburn, you really don't know how to get Cabrera out. We told you about the numbers that Cabrera has posted against him coming into play tonight. And he had a .444 batting average. He's already singled and driven in 2. And the pitch that he threw, that he got the base hit off of, was a tremendous pitch.
Pitch count in the mid-80s now for Blackburn as we play here in the 5th. He has not had a 1-2-3 inning tonight. Just off the plate, and it's 3-2, and that means with 2 outs, we'll get a head start now for Bosch. .448 against Blackburn with 3 home runs. Those are the updated numbers. Runner goes, and he walked him. Second walk for Blackburn. Keeps the inning going for Victor Martinez. Victor is 0 for 2 tonight. He's grounded out. He's flied out. He can pad the Tiger lead. Blackburn missing inside. 1 ball to no strikes on Victor. And the 1-0. Outside, 2 balls and no strikes. Blackburn now digging a hole here with 2 outs. Twins signed him to a 4-year contract extension in March of 2010. Check swing strike call. 2-1. Field line looks like trouble, and it is. It'll go to the wall. Bosch coming around to score. Cabrera will go to third. He will stop there. It's an RBI single for Victor Martinez. And the Tigers get another 2-out hit to lead 3-0.
Victor Martinez, not your typical left-handed slugger. Now, most left-handers like the ball down and in, but take a look at him climb the ladder on this 2-seam fastball that runs back over the heart of the plate, and he absolutely drills it to the pull field.
That is his 67th RBI of the year.
And Victor Martinez was out early today working with Lloyd McClendon, and that's exactly what he was working on. He was working on clearing the hips out of the way and turning on a few balls during early batting practice.
So now can Avila keep it going here? That is the 9th hit of the day for Detroit. Avila a single and a walk. And he drives one to right field on a line. Base hit. Cabrera scores. Martinez to second. Tigers get another run. 58 RBIs now for Avila. Verlander being supported with 4 runs tonight.
2 out knocks are golden. That's the exact same pitch that was whistled to right field by Victor Martinez, and he comes back with the exact same pitch. Same result by Avila.
2 out RBI singles by Martinez and Avila. 10 Tigers hits. Dumatre warming up. Former Tiger farmhand. Blackburn giving up 2 in the 3rd and now 2 here in the 5th. Here is Peralta. Johnny 1 for 2. And there's strike 1. Line drive to left. That'll get in there, a base hit. Martinez going to be waved home. He's going to have to pick it up. No play at the plate. He'll score. Peralta gets down to second base, and the Tigers lead 5-0.
Tigers with 2 outs. Very good hitting team. And it's contagion. I thought Victor was going to be thrown out here, but Trevor Plouffe, excuse me, not Plouffe, but Valencia not able to get the ball out of his glove. He would have been out. Because he's not running real well. The ball was in the hand of Plouffe before he got to third base.
See Victor doing his best to get it going. Single RBI, takes second on the throw. Blackburn is done for the night. It's a wall side windows pitching change. They go to the bullpen, and we'll be back.
in left field. He comes up and he fires the ball home with Victor running. And you can see he misses the first cutoff man, and then the ball gets to Valencia on the short hop. Valencia is not looking at the ball, therefore can't get it out of his glove. It appeared that Gardy was talking to Valencia about that particular play and how it should have been executed. Here's how you execute one, though. Tigers did it perfectly last night. Right to Rayburn, but take a look at Rayburn. Very little time getting the ball on its way to home plate, and that allowed Avila to catch it and brace for contact at home plate. That's a perfectly executed rundown.
So the Tigers lead 5-0. And there's a stoppage short on a backhand by Nishioka. Great play, and it's picked at first base by Morneau. Well, Nishioka with another fine defensive play in this one. But the Tigers get 3, and we go to the 6th. Tonight, who was the last player acquired by the Tigers via trade with the Chicago White Sox. You should know his name, Kenny Williams. Now the GM of the White Sox, traded to the Tigers for Eric King in 1989. Of course, the Tigers trading a lot within the division. They just got Delman Young from Minnesota yesterday. Here come the Twins as we go to the 6th inning, and Verlander now with a 5-0 lead. It'll be Plouffe, Mauer, and Morneau here in the 6th for Minnesota. Fastball is right down the middle, strike 1. 5 runs, 11 hits for Detroit. Minnesota, a slow night offensively. No runs, 3 hits. Breaking ball just off the plate. 1-1. Plouffe is 0 for 2, fly ball and a strikeout. Same pitch, a little bit outside though, and the count goes to 2-1. Fly ball tagged well, right center field. Jackson on the run. He'll get there.
Fans, after the game, stay tuned for Tigers Live for reaction, analysis, and highlights from tonight's game. Tigers Live from the Call Sam Studios and at the ballpark here on Fox Sports Detroit. And after that, stick around for even more post-game coverage. Tigers Live extra innings.
We got you covered.
Wall to wall.
As Justin Verlander goes for yet another victory, it would be his 18th of the year if the Tigers hold on to this one. Here's Joe Mauer. Ball 1. Verlander has retired 8 straight. It was Mauer's single back in the 3rd that was their last hit. 98, the highest that Verlander's thrown so far tonight.
He did that back in the first.
Two balls, no strikes. Two and one. Mauer hit his only home run on the 27th of July. That was against Texas. He had gone over 200 plate appearances between homers. And he drives this one to right field, base hit. 1 out single, his second hit tonight. He's going to bring up Morneau. Oh for 2 tonight for Morneau. That single by Mauer, just the 4th hit of the night allowed by Verlander. He had back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings in the 4th and 5th. Here's the 1-0. It's a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike on Morneau. Justin back in June played in his 1,000th big league game. .90 pitches for Verlander. He missed it outside with a heater. 2 and 1. Couldn't hold up. Fastball running away from him. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Wow, what a pitch that was. Verlander back toward him. Morneau is out of there. 2 gone. Back to the studio we go for an update. And here's Mickey York. All right, Mick, here it is 5-0 in favor of Detroit. They've out-hit the Twins tonight 11-4. That last strikeout for Verlander gives him 200 for the year, which makes it 3 consecutive seasons of 200 or more strikeouts. Kubel hits a slow roller toward third. Kelly cuts it off. Inning over. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. Morneau becomes the 200th strikeout victim of the year for Justin Verlander.
Cam. Miguel Cabrera got the party started for the Tigers. It was in the third inning. It was a ball to the bottom of the strike zone. Real good pitch by Blackburn, but hit awfully hard by Cabrera right by the shortstop Nishioka to plate 2. Coors Light Freeze Cam, always brought to you by your Frost Brew Coors Light.
So the Tigers lead this one 5-0. They got 2 in the third, 3 in the fifth. And the first batter is Ramon Santiago. 0 for 2 tonight. Dumatre came on to get the ground ball from Kelly, closing out the fifth inning. Ball outside, 2-0. Driven in the air, left field, way back to the wall, and gone. How about Santiago?
He done snuck up on another one.
Another sneaky power homer. Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky. Santiago hits his third. When he's hitting them out, the offense is going good.
Got a little cut fastball right in the happy zone, and he absolutely drilled it. And he actually knew it was gone when he hit it. That's a cut fastball that just didn't get where Dumatre wanted it to get.
6-0 Tigers. Jackson takes the ball outside. Jackson 2 singles, 1 of the infield variety, 2 out of 3 tonight for Austin. Santiago joins the parade. 2 homers in his last 2 games.
After just
Sunday.
After just 1 homer in his first 63.
Yeah.
Salary drive.
You think? Remember those 2 home runs I hit in back-to-back games? There's ball 4 to Jackson. Salary drive. First 2 reach. So Jackson on base for the 3rd time. Still nobody on, and here's Bosch. Pulls that one on the ground to second. Nishioka takes it, spins, throws, not in time. They'll get the force. That's it.
Nishioka looks like to me that he is scared of contact at second base, and you really can't blame him. He had his leg broken earlier this year. He was playing second base at that time. Nick Swisher broke up a double play. Nishioka could not get out of the way, but every single double play feed that he's taking from second base, look how aggressive he comes across the bag. And he's moving so aggressive that he can't really get anything on his throw. And I'd have to believe he's a little gun shy around the bag.
And that just may be. He's had a couple of those plays tonight where he's come aggressively across the bag and has made it difficult on himself. Dumatre is out of the game. They'll go back to the bullpen, and so we'll step aside here in the 6th. Another run in for the Tigers. They lead 6-0.
866-66-TIGER or online at tigers.com.
So the Tigers have lengthened their lead now. It is 6-0 as we play here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And we have a new pitcher. That would be Anthony Swarzak.
Comes in with respectable numbers. He has 320 earned run average, 29 punch outs, and 59 innings against 15 walks. But the opponents are hitting only 236 against Swarzak.
Delmon Young looks at a ball 1-0 and apparently crossed up Drew Butera.
How do you get crossed up and there's nobody on second base?
Very good question. They talk it over.
It's a good thing that was a breaking ball, though, because had that been a breaking ball and Butera been looking for a breaking ball and he got a fastball, there's no way you can catch it. No chance.
Delmon tonight has a single and a run scored. 2-0. Headed back toward the seats, out of play. Tigers, by the way, completed that trade with Minnesota. They sent Lester Oliveros, the pitcher, to the Minnesota Twins earlier today, completing that deal for Delmon Young. He was the player to be named later.
That didn't take long.
No, 1 day later, actually. That's it. Here's the 2-1. Fouled away. 2-2 on Young. One of the appealing things about Delmon was the fact he was swinging the bat a whole lot better after spending some time on the disabled list earlier this year. That's why his numbers are down compared to last year. But Delmon over 300 in his last 50 games or so. Fought that one off. He is 1 year removed from driving in 112 runs with Minnesota. And he hit nearly 300 as well with 21 homers. Three and two. Cabrera waiting on deck. Tigers have gotten another run here on the home run by Santiago. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Plouffe can't get it. Runs into the runner. He and Bosch collide. Bosch hits the bag at second. Stumbling on his way to third. Throw comes into second base in time. Young is out at second and a bang play there. And a bizarre looking play.
And Plouffe came in the baseline and made contact with Bosch about the same time that the ball was getting there. He was called safe immediately by the second base umpire, Tom Hallion. Brennan Bosch alertly got up and got to third, and Young tried to second and was tagged out. And you're right. Awkward looking indeed.
So here's Cabrera now with 2 outs and a man at third and a swing and a miss. I wonder if they had a chance at third on Bosch on that play, because Brennan stumbled around the bag and then it took him a while to get it into gear.
The center fielder?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
No?
I think he made the right play by going to second and getting Young.
0-1 on Cabrera.
But I wouldn't know that for a fact unless we took another peek at it.
Base hit, 8-4 on the putout. That's how the scoring goes. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Take one more look at it. Brennan Bosch playing like a young Kirk Gibson out there tonight. like a wild stallion.
Dillman was tagged on the arm, it looked like.
That wasn't a great slide by Dillman. I mean, if that's a slide where you just kind of go into the bag feet first, you're safe. But I don't know what kind of slide that was by Dillman.
Tom Hallion called him out. 1 ball, 2 strikes with Bosch at third. Line drive, fair ball, get another run in. Cabrera takes the turn. He's going to go for 2. Here comes a throw, and he is out at second base.
Great hustle. Outstanding throw by Kubel.
Score Bosch on the play. Kubel gets an assist, and Cabrera has his 3rd RBI of the night. High fly ball, left field, hit well. Young going back to the track, to the wall. It's gone. And Jim Thome has become the 8th player in Major League history to hit his 600th home run. History here at the ballpark last night as Jim Thome goes deep with numbers 599 and 600. In fact, he becomes the only player to reach that plateau to do it on consecutive at-bats, which was awfully special as well. So Thome getting the night off tonight.
That is an exclusive club. Only 8 members.
I don't know what the total of players that have played Major League Baseball is. I think the last I checked, it was somewhere between 16 and 17,000 people have put on a Major League uniform, and to be one of 8 to do or to reach a certain plateau is really impressive.
He's done a lot of trotting in his career.
Danny Valencia leading it off as we play here in the 7th inning. Tigers have padded the lead. Verlander enjoying a 7-0 spread. Valencia to Sony and then Nishioka. Breaking ball into beauty. See you later. Verlander another strikeout.
And Jim Thome, the quickest to go from 599 to 600. It took him 1 inning. A-Rod 13 games. Junior 5. 1 inning.
That's pretty funny. You could just hear the relief in Tomey's voice in the press conference last night, because the pressure that goes with getting that close to such a remarkable plateau, I mean, it's pretty intense, and it's not like you can walk up there and flip a home run out of the ballpark anytime you want.
He kind of got emotional too, because his dad was here, wife was here, children were here, but his mom had passed away, and Jim said as soon as he hit it and he knew that it was gone, he immediately started to think about his mother.
And Tassone pops one up, foul, back out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Tassone. Well, I think the classy thing was the way the Tigers crowd reacted when Tomey's family, his dad, was here, and was able to greet him after the home run was hit.
It's a special moment.
The 1-2. Got him. And Verlander in cruise control mode right now. 6 strikeouts.
He's got that filthy breaking ball working now. He didn't really have it earlier in the game. He had a good changeup. He was throwing more sliders. He had a real good fastball, but the last couple of innings, that snapdragon breaking ball, nasty.
Here's Nishioka now with 2 outs. Tigers tonight have out hit the Twins 14-4, and Verlander has done the rest. Popped up. Let's see if it stays in play, and Kelly gets over there. Nicely done. Another 1-2-3 inning for Justin Verlander. Stretch time here at Comerica. Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. And by Columbiana in theaters July, or make it August 26th, rated PG-13. August 26th in theaters. 7-0 Detroit. They've out hit Minnesota 14-4. And Verlander has been, well, Verlander. Victor Martinez leads it off. Martinez, Avila, and then Peralta. First pitch swinging. Drives one to center field where Ben Revere is waiting. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Avila. Avila's been on base in 6 of his 7 plate appearances in the series. Then 3 singles, a double, a triple, and a walk. It was a home run shy of the cycle last night.
He's been one of the best offensive catchers in the big leagues this year. And he's just locked in right now.
It's probably the best way to describe it, because he is as tough and out right now as there is in the Tigers lineup. 2 singles, RBI, walk tonight. Ball high. 2-0. Avila now has hit safely in 12 of his last 13 games. Here's the 2-0. 3 balls, no strikes. Johnny Peralta waiting on deck. And there's a walk. He's on base again. 4th time tonight. 1-on-1 out. Well, it's a Fox Sports Detroit Prize Pack Tuesday brought to you by Meyer. Text Meyer to 37338 to be eligible to win a fantastic prize pack that any baseball fan would love. Meyer, higher standards, lower prices. Here's Peralta. Twins started Blackburn tonight. He was relieved by Dumatre in the 5th inning, and Swarzak came on in the 6th. Strike 1 on Peralta. 2 hits tonight for Johnny, plus an RBI. Oh, 0-2. It'll be the series finale here tomorrow between these 2 teams. Brad Penny, Carl Pavano. At 7:05, make your plans to tune us in. Steady diet of breaking balls from Swarzak. 0-2. The count stays on Peralta.
Whatever that last pitch at 81, it was hanging. And Johnny came out of his shoes on that swing.
Got him. A breaking ball, and there are 2 outs. First strikeout of the game for Swarzak.
Pretty good breaking ball there, and located on the outside black.
Here's Don Kelly with 2 outs. Single and 3 at bats for Kelly, who had a hit taken away, and a nice play by Nishioka to end the 5th inning. Two and 1. Swarzak, born in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, still lives there. 2nd round pick a few years back, 04, of the Minnesota Twins. 25 years of age. Fouled straight back. 2-2 on Kelly.
Alex Avila was telling me yesterday that his grandparents live really close to Fort Lauderdale, Gloria, and Ralph, and as you could imagine, they don't miss a Tigers game.
And the 2-2 is lifted back out of play. Well, I'm sure they're dialed in again tonight.
No doubt.
Watching Alex put up another big game with 2 singles, 2 walks, RBI. Justin Verlander has a 7-0 lead, zeroing in on his 18th win. Missed it inside. 3-2. Avila will be on the move here with 2 outs. Santiago waiting on deck. High fly ball to center. Ben Revere has plenty of room out there. And that'll end the inning. No runs, a walk, 1 left. Tigers baseball tonight presented by Bell Tire. Here's our Comerica game summary tonight from Comerica Park. Verlander, 200 innings in 5 straight seasons, 200 strikeouts in 3 straight seasons. He has crossed those barriers tonight. Santiago with a homer, and the Tigers 6 of their 7 runs scored with 2 outs. An impressive night tonight as Detroit leads it 7-0. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Verlander back out there facing the number 9 hitter Drew Butera of the Minnesota Twins. First pitch is a tad low, 1-0. Butera, then Revere, and then Plouffe. Breaking ball is in there, a strike. 1-1. Two balls and 1 strike.
And Verlander pitched in a little bit of stress in the first and a little bit in the third, but other than that, he's been on cruise control.
45 consecutive starts now with at least 100 pitches. Think about that.
He's a machine.
I mean, you're right. As you said earlier, somewhere along the line, you have one of those clunker starts where you get knocked out early.
Yep.
3-1 pitch is fouled straight back.
He was on a mission, obviously, when this season started. And he ended last year on a mission as well. He's the best pitcher in baseball right now. He's the leader in the clubhouse for the Cy Young Award in the American League, with Weaver struggling his last time out, CC struggling his last 2 times out.
Checked it, strike call.
And that's probably the most fascinating thing about Verlander, that he can throw that 97-mile-per-hour fastball with pinpoint control on the black at the knees. That's what's fascinating.
Seven strikeouts for Verlander tonight. He'll put up 7. And that'll bring up Ben Revere. The last time Verlander did not throw 100 pitches in a game, June 22nd of last year, and that was because the Tigers were in rain delay in New York. And he didn't answer the bell. Otherwise, all 27 this year, 45 in a row. Here's the 1-1. Right back up the middle, right by Verlander into center field. It's only the 5th hit of the game for Minnesota and the 2nd for Revere. 4 hits in the series now for the Minnesota leadoff man. Gino gets on the telephone. Here's Trevor Plouffe. He's 0 for 3. Big lead. Cabrera plays behind the runner. 7-0 here in the 8th. Again to center field. Another base hit. So back to singles.
Hey fans, you can follow the Tigers with the MLB.com at Bat11 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, or BlackBerry. Get live audio, pitch-by-pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at BAT to 31826 or visit Tigers.com for more details.
First time tonight the pitching coach has had to come out. Jeff Jones making his way out to the hill. Tigers have some activity going in their bullpen, and typically on nights when Verlander pitches, they get a night off. They'll start to heat up now. Benoit and Cope. Here's Joe Mauer. .115 pitches for Verlander. Again, 97 on the outside black.
Jim's been doing a pretty nice job lately of managing Verlander's pitch count. He's not going to let him go too much further in this game.
Right at the knees at 97. 0-2 on Mauer.
And Verlander's last start against Cleveland, he threw 108. The start before that, 110.
Swing and a miss. Kind of a breaking ball, and it carves up Mauer with ease.
Wicked. I mean, absolutely wicked breaking ball. This thing disappeared on Mauer.
And all of a sudden, Verlander, who is not striking too many out early in this game, now has 8. 2 down. Here's Morneau. Ball 1.
It's almost like Verlander has another gear. once he gets to 100 pitches. That's when he reaches back and gets up to triple digits with his fastball. The breaking ball seemed to have much more bite on him. It's like he smells the finish line.
One and one.
There you have it. 1.62 seventh inning on, and that's when most other pitchers, they start to get beat up a little bit.
You never see that.
No.
There's a drive into right field, going to sink, base hit. That'll get a run in. First run of the game for Minnesota, an RBI single for Morneau. Jim Leyland probably going to come and get him now. And here comes the skipper, and Justin Verlander now will be greeted with a standing ovation here at the ballpark.
You got that right.
And a well-deserved one for the ace.
That too. And clap.
Verlander walking off to the cheers.
He's a beast. He's a beast.
Seven. Tigers lead. We'll be back here in the 8th inning.
Top of the show today that Verlander in 18 games, 13-3 after a Tigers loss with an earned run average under 2. And he was up for the task once again today. He had everything working. 8 strikeouts, all said and done, and he walked off to a standing ovation. And I mean, these people were letting him have it.
7 2/3, 1 run to this point, still responsible for both runners. 8 strikeouts and 1 walk.
JV threw 121 pitches, 81 of which were strikes here tonight.
So now Phil Coe comes in to try and get the final out. Jason Kubel stands in. And he loops one in the air to left, right at Delman Young, and 1 pitch is all it took. In the inning, 1 run. They lead a couple. Santiago Jackson Bosch coming up.
For the second consecutive game that he has played, Ramon Santiago has played long ball to left field. Nice job, Ramon Santiago.
Santiago, the cold hard blast tonight.
Yeah.
Very well deserved, Ramon. Got a new pitcher now. It's Jose Majares.
42nd game for Majares this year, and is not nearly as good as they have been the last couple of years in a Minnesota Twins uniform. 22 walks in 33 innings pitched. As a matter of fact, Jose has more walks than strikeouts.
And he will face Santiago. 7 runs, 14 hits. Detroit, 1 run, 7 hits for Minnesota. Santiago, Jackson, Bosch here in the bottom of the 8th. Driven high in the air to left center field. This ball is hit well, and that ball is up against the base of the wall. Santiago flexing his muscles tonight. Little guy's hit the ball a long way. Double to go with his homer.
Nice backup player. Nice role player. Can play second, can play short, can play third, and doesn't miss ground balls.
That'll be the 15th hit of this ball game now for Detroit. The second for Santiago. Jackson looks at ball 1. Two for 3 tonight for Austin. 2 singles and a walk. Two 2-0. Two years ago, Majares appeared in 71 games out of the Minnesota bullpen.
You said a couple years ago?
2 years ago.
Yeah, that was that year where really the only other setup man in the American League that was better than him, left-handed, was Matt Thornton. That's how good a year he had that year.
Well, his ERA backs up that statement. 2.34. Struck out 55 in a little over 61 innings. He's fallen behind on Jackson, 3-1.
And Jackson should get a really good pitch to hit right here, and he might as well try to get his 3rd knock of the game.
Walked him. Double and a walk. 2 men on. Tigers last night were 0 for 7 with men in scoring position. Tonight they're 5 for 9. Big difference. So here is Bosch. Doubled and scored in the 3rd. And he fouls one off. Bosch tonight has scored 3 runs. He's been on base a couple of times via a fielder's choice, and has come around to score both of them. First game back after missing a few with that sore thumb, that sprained thumb. Big swing there.
Ooh, he had a really good pitch to hit right there, a hanging breaking ball from Majares. Take a look at this.
Bouncer right back up the middle. Nishioka hits the bag for 1 and throws to first for the double play.
Look out, Nishioka. Wow.
Two gone. By the way, this Saturday when the Tigers host the Indians, you can catch regular coverage as always here on Fox Sports Detroit. At the same time on Fox Sports Detroit Plus, we'll provide isolated coverage and expert insight into all 9 defensive positions and other key duties of players, coaches, and the managers. Something a little bit different. It's a dual presentation of the Tigers and Indians Saturday night starting at 6:30 on Fox Sports Detroit and Fox Sports Detroit Plus. So make sure you check that out.
I don't know how Nishioka was able to make this play, but he did with some nifty footwork, grabbing the ball and then scraping the top of the bag with his big toe and then completing the double play.
Man, he's turned in some nice plays tonight. That one was pretty good. Driven in the air to left center field. That ball is hit well, but it's going to be run down right in front of the warning track by Delvin Young, who gave it a ride, but not deep enough. So we go to the 9th. It is 7-1 Detroit. Tigers 3 outs away from evening up this series and getting Verlander's 18th win. Sellout crowd here tonight, and they will watch Joaquin Benoit take over in the 9th inning.
Well, apparently Joaquin needs a little bit of work to stay sharp. He has been sharp lately. Better part of the last 2 months, Joaquin has looked exactly as he looked a season ago when he was putting up stellar numbers for the Tampa Bay Rays.
So Benoit will face Danny Valencia to lead things off. Valencia, Tassoni, and Nishioka. First pitch is inside. 1 ball, no strikes on Valencia. Twins did not get a run tonight until they got one in the 8th inning. RBI single by Morneau was the final batter that Verlander faced tonight. Fastball from Benoit is in there at 94 miles an hour, 1-1. Tomorrow, Brad Penny and Carl Pavano wrap it up. 7:05 from the ballpark. Swing and a miss. 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Danny Valencia doubled in 3 at bats tonight for the Minnesota third baseman. Tigers tonight got 2 in the 3rd, 3 more in the 5th, and 2 in the 6th. Backing up the pitching of Verlander. 15 Tigers hits tonight. And he missed it outside. Run it full now. 3-2 on Valencia. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
What a pitch. 3-2 slider.
First strikeout for Benoit. Now Rene Tassoni. Tassoni tonight is 0 for 3. Verlander at one point in this game had retired 14 of 15 before Revere singled in the 8th inning, and that was the start of their rally for 1 run. Coke came on, threw 1 pitch, got out of the 8th, and now Benoit here in the 9th. Two and 0 on Tassoni. Three and 0. And he walked him on 4 straight pitches. So 1 on, 1 out here in the 9th. He's going to bring up Nishioka. Tough tonight at the bat for Nishioka. Strikeout, pop up, ground out. 0 for 3. And he looks to strike 1. Nishioka wears more armor on that front elbow than Barry Bonds used to wear. He's got the thing all covered up.
Yeah, and you would think that most opposing pitchers really wouldn't crowd him inside all that aggressively. Not a power hitter.
Swing and a miss.
Most of your power hitters wear that type of armor. And even the power hitters don't wear that kind of stuff anymore. Not that bulky.
Remember that stuff Barry used to wear?
I do. He used to have to wrap it on and wrap it off.
And the 0-2. Little chopper hit toward 3rd. Kelly goes to 2nd. That's all we'll get. So with 2 outs and Butera due up, we'll get a pinch hitter, Jim Thome, who joined an exclusive club last night.
And classy Tigers fans going to give him a standing ovation as well as he marched towards 600 with 599 and then number 600 real late in the game. I was listening to Daniel Schlereth after the game last night, and his comments were about as classy as the comments could be for a guy giving up such a historic home run. Caught that on that Tigers Live extra innings show last night.
Yeah, he was classy. There's no question. Part of history. Daniel Schlereth giving up number 600 to Jim Thome. And there's a ball outside, 1-0.
You know you're a special person when you've hit 600 home runs and really nobody's talking about the home runs. We're talking about you, the man.
Very true. Now the 1-0. There's a strike, 1-1. Tigers fans on their feet right now for a different reason. They want Benoit to close this out, get Thome here. Put this one in the win column. A little bit outside, 2-1 on Thome. Nishioka at first base with 2 outs. 7-1. Tigers lead here in the 9th. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Jim Thome also said that Frank Thomas told him early in his career, don't ever lose that left-handed stroke the opposite way. Thome said he never forgot when Frank gave him that piece of advice, and lo and behold, the last 2 home runs he hit were the opposite direction.
Here's the 3-1. Here's a strike, 3-2. In his early days with Cleveland, he would go opposite field quite a bit in those days. And then he developed that power to the pull field. Fans now sensing here the final strike.
A lot of folks from Cornerstone Schools here tonight.
And the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Ball game over. A win tonight for the Tigers. A ton of offense and a ton of outstanding pitching.
Justin Verlander does it again now. 14-3 this year in 19 games following a Tigers defeat.
Verlander now his 10th win against the Central. And his 18th win overall this season. A strikeout of Thome ends the ball game by Benoit. And the Tigers win their 65th game of the season. In front of a sellout crowd of better than 40,000 here at the ballpark tonight. There's your final. Back with more.